The lion's last roar, a battle against the swarm, the jungle's king in Peril. The heart of the African savanna. A mighty lion named Zoran roamed fearlessly. He was the undisputed king of his territory, ruling over the golden grasslands with a presence that commanded respect. His roar echoed across the plains, a reminder of his dominance. But one fateful afternoon, his world turned upside down when he unknowingly ventured too close to a giant beehive hidden within an ancient baobab tree. The scent of sweet honey had lured him closer, but as he nudged the tree with his powerful frame, disaster struck. The hive broke open, and in an instant, the sky darkened with the furious buzzing of thousands of African killer bees. The swarm strike buzzing grew deafening as a black cloud of bees engulfed Zoran. He roared in agony, shaking his massive mane, trying to rid himself of the stinging attackers. The bees clung to his fur, their venomous stings piercing his golden coat. His golden eyes, once full of power, now brimmed with desperation. He sprinted towards a watering hole, hoping the cool water would provide relief. But the persistent swarm followed relentlessly, attacking his face, ears, and nose. With his vision blurred by pain, he crashed into bushes and stumbled over rocks, his strength waning with each step. A call for help nearby. A group of wildlife rangers was patrolling the area, keeping an eye on the local wildlife. They had grown familiar with Zoran's presence, recognizing him as the dominant male of the region. Suddenly, the sound of his distressed roar shattered the tranquility of the savannah. Ranger Amara, an experienced wildlife rescuer, grabbed her binoculars and scanned the horizon. What she saw made her gasp. Zoran, the king of the jungle, thrashing wildly as a swarm of bees relentlessly attacked him. He won't survive long if we don't act now, Amara shouted, urgency filling her voice. The team sprang into action, knowing that time was against them. The plan had to be swift, for the lion's survival depended on it. The rescue plan approaching a lion under normal circumstances was dangerous enough. But now, with an enraged swarm, it was a mission of life and death. The team formulated a plan. They would use smoke bombs to confuse and disperse the bees while tranquilizing Zoran to prevent him from harming himself further. Keep your distance and stay in formation, Amara instructed as the team donned their protective suits. We need to act fast. One ranger grabbed a canister of smoke, while another prepared the tranquilizer rifle. The goal was simple: distract the bees long enough to sedate the lion. Into the storm covered in protective gear, the team moved in. Amara lit a smoke canister and tossed it near the swarm. The thick white smoke filled the air, forcing the bees to scatter. The sharp buzzing grew weaker as the smoke disoriented them, taking the opportunity. The sharpshooter aimed and fired a tranquilizer dart at the suffering lion. It hit its mark, and within moments, Zoran's struggles weakened. His mighty frame swayed as he stumbled forward before collapsing into the tall grass. Exhausted and barely conscious, a race against time with the swarm dissipating. The team rushed to inspect the wounds. Zoran's eyes were swollen shut, his face covered in painful stings. His breathing was labored, and his normally powerful frame looked frail. Amara knelt beside him, carefully wiping his fur and assessing the damage. He's in bad shape, she murmured. We need to get him to the rehab center immediately. They loaded the massive lion onto a stretcher, carefully lifting him onto their truck. The ride to the Wildlife Rehabilitation Center was tense, every moment crucial to his survival. The healing process. For days, Zoran remained under close watch. His wounds were treated, and he was given medicine to counteract the venom. The swelling in his face slowly reduced, and his appetite gradually returned. The once mighty lion now lay resting, a shadow of his former self. But the fire in his eyes had not been extinguished. Amara spent countless hours by his side, ensuring his comfort. You're strong, Zoran, she whispered. You'll make it. Slowly, the mighty lion began regaining strength. His roars, once weakened, grew louder each day. His golden mane, once dull and lifeless, began to shine again under the sun. The rangers knew he was ready. The king rises again, after weeks of recovery. Zoran stood tall once more. His golden mane had regained its shine, and his piercing eyes were full of life. The rangers watched in awe as he stretched his powerful limbs. His strength restored. It's time, Amara said with a smile. They transported him back to the savannah, opening the gates of his enclosure. The moment the barriers were lifted, Zoran hesitated for a second, glancing back at Amara and the team as if acknowledging their efforts. Then, with a powerful leap, he sprinted forward, reclaiming his kingdom. The ranger's legacy, as Zoran disappeared into the wild. Amara and her team watched with pride. They had not only saved a lion but had preserved the balance of nature. Their mission was never over, but knowing they had made a difference fueled their passion. Months later, reports came in Zoran had reclaimed his territory. He was seen leading their new pride, stronger than ever. The rangers knew that their efforts had helped restore the balance of the wild, the roar that echoed forever. One evening, as the sun set over the horizon, the rangers heard a deep, powerful roar echoing across the plains. Amara smiled, recognizing the call. It was Zoran, announcing his return as the undisputed king of the wild. The sound carried across the savannah, a reminder of resilience, survival, and the unbreakable bond between man and nature. The jungle had its king back, and his legacy would live on forever. Moral of the story: even the strongest can fall, but with courage, help, and determination, they can rise again stronger than before.